Death Mage V10 Character Summary Part 1 V10 Character Summary Part 1
Vandaliu Zakart Dhampir Mother, Goddess, 11 years old. Our main character, in his 12th year of life since being born in Lambda. He has finally made a proper debut in human society. At first, his objective was to pick a suitable city to set up an ambush for Burkine, the last surviving pure-breed vampire who worshipped Hiharu Shukaka, and the group of reincarnated individuals led by Murakami. Things like registering at the Commerce Guild were secondary, and he would not have minded being unable to do those as long as he still achieved his main objective. Since it was necessary to remain in the city until the pure-breed vampire and reincarnated individuals were defeated, he decided to simply run his food cart business without gathering attention so that he would not get arrested by the city guards or have his temporary membership at the Commerce Guild cancelled. But due to various unexpected circumstances, the battle against Heinz in the last volume, joining up with Darsha and the others, and the harassment from Joseph of the Commerce Guild, he was forced to change his plans. With the city being dragged into Hajamfitan's clear attack on Vandaliu's plan to remain inconspicuous, which was already on the verge of death, finally came to an end. But since he has acquired new friends, pets, disciples and companions, he does not seem particularly displeased about that. He seems to think that he is playing his role as the Holy Son of Vida, as followers of Vida are on the rise as well. In the battle against Burkine in the previous volume, he forgot to use his Jubarzo staff despite knowing how important it is, but he made full use of it in the battle against Hajamfitan. He has also become closer to being immortal, with the ability to control his body directly with his soul rather than with his brain and regrow severed limbs in the blink of an eye. He has become a demigod through jobs such as Demon King and Demiurge, and is now able to send his countless clones that were created during the reconstruction of his soul to his companions as familiar spirits. Incidentally, demigod refers to a god who possesses a physical body and does not reflect the magnitude of the god's divinity. The sun giant Talos is also a demigod, as is his father, the colossus god Zerno, who was one of the great gods like Alder and Vida. Vandaliu does not have any particularly strong feelings regarding the fact that he has become a demigod. His thoughts are along the lines of, now I can help everyone more and I've become the god of this century. But with Vandaliu's transformation into a demigod, Nuaza's plan to create an enormous statue of Vandaliu has finally begun. Vandaliu is unhappy with the fact that this national project is proceeding, overcoming his objections as the leader of the nation. The voice of the emperor, who believes that the citizens' hard-earned taxes and labor should be used on more important things, has been drowned out by the will of the people. Construction work is now taking place around the clock, with workers changing shifts 3 times a day. The emperor has mobilized his Demon King familiars to stubbornly protest, while taking care not to cause any trouble for anyone, but he has been unable to gather a single supporter for his cause. He is protesting, not impeding the workers. In the city of Morxi, most people simply think of him as Darsha's son. His mother is significantly more well-known. However, there are others who are more aware of him than his mother, such as the Earl who governs the city guild Master Bacchum of the Tamers Guild, and the residents of the entertainment district and slum quarters. In the case of the Earl and Bacchum, it is because they have been busy sending reports regarding Juliana and the undiscovered monster races of Vandaliu's pets. In the case of the entertainment district and slum quarters residents, it is because Vandaliu is no longer hiding who the true ruler of the entertainment district is anymore, since Miles refers to him as boss despite people being within earshot. Although Vandaliu's food cart, initially just grilled meat purchased at wholesale stores, Vandaliu and Darsha now go out to the Devil's Nest to hunt. The food cart has become a famous business that sells grilled monster meat skewers at cheap prices. The owners of food carts that sold soups and sandwiches containing meatballs made with minced goblin and kobold ears in the back alleys have been taught how to make gabu-gabu and steamed kobold meat. They have signed a franchise contract with Vandaliu, so their livelihoods are secure. Thus, the food carts in the back alleys now bear a pink heart mark, making them more like a part of the entertainment district in a way. It seems that steamed kobold meat is difficult to make widespread, as kobolds are considerably dangerous and the leaves of kabal trees are necessary in the cooking process. However, gabu gabu is likely to become more widespread in remote regions where food is scarce. He has acquired the Patron Saint of Transformation Equipment title. As for why it is Patron Saint rather than Creator, all of the priests at the communal church recognize him as a patron saint due to Darsha being called Holy Lady and Holy Mother. In the future, transformation equipment may come to be considered sacred tools. Incidentally, in a twist of irony, the priests of the communal church who serve Alda and Fitan also recognize Vandalyu as a patron saint. Vandalyu has become able to reconnect to Banda in his dreams, allowing him to gain information about events in origin. But he seems to get a distant look on his face every time he hears about the Amamiya couple's everyday lives.
Darsha Dodicea Chaos Elf 0 years old resurrected female. As the Demon King's mother, Darsha struck down the champions chosen by the gods in anger during the last volume. But in this volume, by taking a break from her religious activities, concerts, on the demon continent to spend some time with her son, she has become praised as a holy lady and holy mother. Due to her beauty, she has been on the receiving end of sexual harassment from corrupt city guards, and due to her workplace being located in a back alley in the entertainment district, she has had encounters that have gone beyond sexual harassment. However, she was an adventurer in the Amid Empire when she was a dark elf, where Vita's races are heavily persecuted. She is already experienced and used to dealing with such troubles. On top of that, she has become incomparably more powerful than when she was a dark elf, and the Demon King is at her side. Thus, she is unafraid of almost anyone. Like Vandalyu, she intended to not draw any attention so that they could carry out the plan of staying in the city of Morxi. However, that intention grew weaker after the interference from Joseph that forced her and Vandalyu to acquire their ingredients on their own. That was when Priestess Paula, Priestess of Vita at the communal church, asked Darsha to give a sermon. This caused Darsha to completely forget about not drawing attention. From the very beginning, perhaps it was impossible for the Demon King and an incarnation of a goddess to not draw any attention. However, Darsha's gentle personality has not changed. As long as no actual harm is done, she overlooks any attempts to harass her. Edmund's suggestion to set up brothels disguised as churches falls into that category. But the number of people trying to harass her has fallen drastically after the battle at the front gate, and they have been replaced by a drastic increase in fans and parents accompanied by their children asking for handshakes and autographs, as well as believers who put their hands together and pray to her. However, as the incarnation of Vita, she considers herself to be a religious person, celebrity, and doesn't shy away from interacting with these people. She was initially hesitant to transform outside of religious activities, concerts, and battles, but the parade was a public event for her, in other words, part of her work, so she seems to have considered that to be an exception. Due to her body being made of materials collected by Vandalyu, her skeleton being made of orichalcum and her training in Vita's divine realm, she is highly capable in combat. With the chaos skill that transforms her body, she fought head-to-head with Hiroyushi Yukaka, who had taken possession of Birkin's body and overwhelmed him. And during the battle at the front gate in the Hajime Fitan incident, she overcame the enemy without using chaos or infinitely changing fighting technique, and dealt the final blow to a heroic spirit who had taken possession of a physical body. Her strength is equivalent to that of an S-class adventurer. However, her actual experience in battle is limited, and she is not proficient in hiding her strength, so people like Rodriguez who have an eye for judging the strength of others have an idea of how powerful she is.
Seriasaria and Rita Tartarus made chief armors, years old female. The living armor sisters who infiltrated the city by becoming a part of Darsha's luggage while keeping their spirit form parts invisible. Inside the city, they never left the house that Vandalyu purchased and devoted themselves to their work as maids while keeping a lookout for intruders. they spared the spies sent by the Earl, as they determined that the spies were not subordinates of Burkine or the reincarnated individuals. In that incident, they kept their spirit forms invisible and pretended to be ordinary suits of armor. So Darsha was a little anxious that the spies would likely assume that she was the owner of the bikini and high-leg leotard armors, though perhaps now, the spies would conclude that they were prototype transformation equipment or unfinished products created by Vandalyu. During the battle against Burkine, the two of them fought against his noble-born vampire vassal Magissa in order to turn her into a maid, and the experience of doing so awakened their superior skills, including underworld halberd technique and underworld naginata technique. The defeated Magissa was resurrected as a vampire zombie by Vandalyu and became a junior maid to the two sisters. Magissa was a powerful noble-born vampire who had lived for tens of thousands of years, and yet she was turned into a zombie maid. The subordinate vampires who had served Burkine, witnessing this happening to their former boss, trembled in fear and swore absolute loyalty to Vandalyu in their minds.
Samsum Dimension Lord Carriage, years old. Feeling that his role as a vehicle was threatened by the usefulness of the teleportation abilities of Legion's Jack and the evil god of Labyrinth's Gufidgarn, Sam challenged himself to travel not only through the sky, but through space as well. As a result, he did not quite manage to achieve the teleportation that he was aiming for, but he has become able to travel from one point in space to another through an alternate dimension. The movement is performed manually by Sam himself. He has not become able to teleport instantly from one place to another. However, nobody in ordinary space is able to interfere with him while he exists in the alternate dimension. In other words, while Sam exists in his alternate dimension, he is invisible and invulnerable, but he is also unable to attack enemies in ordinary space while he exists in his alternate dimension. During the battle against Hajam he used this ability to store heroic spirit souls in his carriage along with his daughters to deliver them to Vandalyu. However, it may be possible for an expert in space attribute magic to interfere with Sam, but to begin with, there were fewer mages with an affinity for the space attribute compared to other attributes, so this is a small concern. Incidentally, the ghost ship Quattro, who competed against Sam in a race for self-improvement, may show the results of its efforts in the next volume.
Name Sam. Rank 9. Race Dimension Lord Carriage. Level 55. Passive skills. Spirit form level 10. Superhuman strength level 10 level up. Rough road travel level 8 level up. Impact resistance level 10 level up. Precise driving level 9 level up. Comfort maintenance level 10. Murder healing level 3. Space expansion level 9 level up. Air running level 7 level up. Strengthen attribute values, transportation level 8 level up. Self-strengthening guidance level 5 level up. Alternate dimension travel level 3 new. Mana enlargement level 2's new. Active skills. Silent steps level 2. High-speed travel level 6. Charge level 10 level up. Size alteration level 7 level up. Spear technique level 3. Aura of fear level 7 level up. Space attribute magic level 3 level up. Time attribute magic level 3 level up. Mana control level 4 level up. Surpass limits level 3 new. Familiar Spirit Demonfall, level 1 new. Unique skills. Vandalyu's Divine Protection. Zero Warn's Divine Protection new.
Gufidgarn Ufadarn, evil god of labyrinths, years old female. An evil god who has continued to play a great part in things from the last volume. The fact that the city of Morxi suffered no damage in the battles against Burkine and Hajam was largely due to her existence and actions. If Darsha is the Holy Mother and Vandalyu is the Messiah, Gufidgarn is the equivalent to Morxi's guardian deity. Gufidgarn herself doesn't think much of it, however. It is likely that she simply thinks of the city as a city that is of value to Vandalyu. Although the people of the city don't know of her deeds, as a proud servant of Vandalyu,
she is satisfied as long as Vandeleur thinks highly of her. However, she thinks that it is fortunate that Vandeleur's stay in Morksey has resulted in him gaining more promising disciples such as Juliana. Although Gyufidgarn is not concerned with the other people in the city of Morksey, the fear that they feel towards dungeons due to recent events becomes energy for her, as she is the evil god of labyrinths, and her vessel currently resides in the city. One could say that in a way, the people have rewarded her as well. Gyufidgarn is a fanatical worshipper of Vandeleur, but the one thing that she opposes Vandeleur on is the matter of the giant statue of worship in Talisheim. She wholeheartedly supports the statue's construction. As both an evil god and as a follower of Vandeleur, she strongly believes that an idol is necessary for worshippers to praise their gods. As Gyufidgarn showed Agur during this volume, her body is merely a vessel disguised as a beautiful elf girl, and it is a god-created monster. The inside of her body is a labyrinth that gruesomely tortures its victims, tormenting their minds and driving them to insanity as they die. As she intends for no one to conquer this labyrinth, it can be considered to be an even more difficult labyrinth than the trial of Zakhart.
Eleonora Eleonora, Abyssal Vampire Princess Knight, 14 years old, 20 years old at time of vampire transformation, 34 years old in total, female. The individual who infiltrated a criminal organization, or to be more precise, took over it, in order to support Vandeleur in his stay in the city of Morksey. The head of the organization was killed and turned into a live dead, and Demon King familiars were placed inside him as well. Eleonora disguised herself as a female swordsman who guards him. But after the destruction of Hiharushukaka, the god she once worshipped, and her vampire parent Birkin, there is no longer any need for her to remain hidden. Like Miles, she is now publicly visible enough to help out at Vandeleur's food cart. But after she learned that Vandeleur had acquired the true ruler of the entertainment district title, her reaction was, "Since I'm the leader's mistress, I will be recognized as Vandeleur-sama's mistress. What a wonderful city." She now feels a deeper attachment towards the city of Morksey. But she is concerned with the fact that the word, princess, is now a part of her race title, perhaps due to the effect of Zadyrus's curse or perhaps because of the influence of the transformation equipment she received from Vandeleur. This is strange. I am not such a child, and my proportions, my costume isn't childlike either. And unlike Zadyrus, the superior skill I awakened, time combat swordsmanship, doesn't have the word princess in it. Could it be that it will appear when I awaken the time attribute magic skill? These are some of the worries that she has. Having heard about this from somewhere, Kanako comes to Eleonora trying to convince her to make her debut on stage, but Eleonora ignores her, feeling like if this conversation actually takes place, she will end up persuaded to do it. Incidentally, simply not using the transformation equipment is not an available option for Eleonora. It is functionally superb, and more importantly, it is something that Vandeleur made by hand just for her. With the destruction of all 3 purebreed vampires who worshipped Hiharushukaka, the evil god-worshipping organization of vampires in the Bon Gaia continent has collapsed, and the subordinate vampires who surrendered have joined the ranks of Vandeleur's followers. Under ordinary circumstances, they would have become Eleonora's subordinates, as she is the highest-ranking vampire among those of Birkin's bloodline. However, Eleonora realized that she lacks the ability to lead others when Isla and the other vampire zombies were placed under her command. So she has declined taking these subordinate vampires in. Consequently, it was decided that the subordinate vampires would be trained by the now-awake purebreed vampires at Vita's resting grounds. Belmond, Abyssal Vampire Empress Butler, Forest Monkey-type Beastkin, approximately 10,000 years old, 18 years old at time of vampire transformation, female. Like Eleonora, Belmond infiltrated the criminal organization. Her false identity was that of the leader's secretary, a very Kunoichi-like role in a way. But because Beastkin were discriminated against in the Alcram Duchy until somewhat recently, Some of the upper-ranking members of the criminal organizations underestimated her. However, she felt pity rather than anger towards those who discriminated against her despite not even being aware that their leader had died and their organization had been taken over. Although they were members of a criminal organization, all of them were such weaklings that she never gave them a second look. Thus, one of them once grabbed her tail when her guard was down. Despite failures such as these, the takeover of the organization went as planned, and the only living members of it now are those who have joined Vandalu. There are still some remaining high-ranking members that force beggars to beg for them or run old stores, but the plan is to absorb those back into the organization as well. There is no plan to continue running the organization as a criminal organization. Its purpose will be to gather information. With Chipperas and the others dying and joining Vandalu as dead spirits, Ternisha's 5 dogs have all been gathered in the city of Morksey, but Belmont doesn't think much of it. As almost the entirety of her time as Ternisha's subordinate was devoted to the maintenance of the hideout at the underground lake, she is not familiar with any of them. However, she is conscious of the fact that she is the only one who became Vandalu's subordinate while still alive. Like Eleonora, she received transformation equipment and increased her rank during the battle against Birkin. She is relieved that her race title didn't become something related to princesses. Her race title now contains Imperial, but she interprets this to mean the Emperor's butler rather than Emperor. Her equipment consists of long gloves and a collar, and when she transforms, her appearance becomes a combination of a kunoichi and a butler's tailcoat, something that one might normally consider embarrassing despite not involving ribbons and frills, though Belmont herself does not mind. Isla Isla, vampire chain lord zombie, approximately 30,000 years old, female. Isla infiltrated the criminal organization with Eleonora and Belmont. Like Isla, her role was that of a female swordsman, but as she appears to be the oldest looking, and because she gave very precise orders, everyone around them assumed that she was the leader of the criminal organization head's bodyguards, and Eleonora was her subordinate. As the first person to use familiar spirit Demonfall, she experienced the delight of summoning a clone of Vandalu and becoming one with it in both body and mind. However, her behavior when she did so was so bizarre that many of the children who were captives of Hiroshukaka's organization of vampires are now scared of her, though Isla isn't aware of that yet. As she is an undead, she does not make public appearances even after the criminal organization stopped being of use. Her daily work now consists of monitoring and training, teaching obedience to the criminal organization's members who had surrendered. She is assisted by the undead, who were once the high-ranking members of the criminal organization. They serve as an implicit reminder of what will happen to the former criminals now if they were to try and betray Vandalu, so things are proceeding very quickly. She declined a transformation staff, but the equipment given to her was not a staff but a collar and chain. As a self-proclaimed hound of Vandalu, she accepted it with joy. When she transforms, rather than becoming a magical girl, she takes on the appearance similar to the kind of female villain one would expect to see as an enemy of magical girls. But she is in fact a woman in servitude of the Demon King, so she does not feel much discomfort about this.
Kanako Tsuchiya Chaos Elf, 2 years old, approximately 15 years old in appearance, female. As she was unable to use the Chaos skill to turn her skin white and disguise herself as an ordinary elf, Kanako didn't initially join in on the infiltration of Morksey. However, with Vandalu and his companions defeating Birkin, only Murakami's group of reincarnated individuals were left to deal with. Thus, she entered the city boldly under the pretense that she was a dark elf from the same village as Darsha, and waited for these enemies that fate seemed to have connected her with. Hajime Fitan and Murakami made their moves without Kanako, Melissa and Doug having to reveal their presence, however. During the battle, she unleashed attacks on her enemies' minds with Venus, burning images into their minds, images of Vandalu's paintings on the roofs of Talishheim's buildings and the monoliths in the former Scylla territory. Such attacks require the condition of using Venus to be fulfilled, but that condition is being able to communicate with the target, so it is fulfilled in most cases during battle. This includes not just conversation, body language and eye contact even through mirrors conjured through magic is enough. However, she cannot activate things that she did not create of her own volition, such as recorded images and illusions that she does not directly control. She is pretending to be an ordinary dark elf while she is in the city of Morxie, so she cannot use her chaos skill. However, her overall strength in combat has increased dramatically as a result of creating this mental attack that is very effective on Vandalu's foes. With Venus, her transformation, and familiar spirit Demonfall, it is thought that she is as strong as an A-class adventurer, but she also has a decisive flaw in the fact that she has not awakened a superior skill. Given the reactions of the people who saw Darsha and the others transform during the battle against Hajime Fitun and his subordinates, Kanako is sure that transformations will be popular in this world's society as well. She laughs to herself in delight over the fact that Vandalu now has more companions who use transformation equipment and the addition of Juliana, Simon, and Natania, who may not have potential as idols but will likely become promotion billboards for transformation equipment in the future. Of course, Kanako herself is treated as something like an extra to Darsha and the others, as she was merely someone who fought alongside Vandalu against the mysterious bandits, but she doesn't mind, as she intends to restore her image on the stage. During that battle, she was on the side that ended up killing her former companions, but she doesn't think much of that either, as she had a rather distant relationship with Murakami and the others, or to be more precise, her thoughts regarding the matter are, all of us betrayed the Bravers to begin with, right? So none of us can really feel bad about being betrayed ourselves. And did they really have to call me loose? I mean, I guess my butt did become a little smaller after I was reincarnated in a younger body. Of course, Kanako is aware that the words traitor and loose, used by Murakami, and the others were provocative and threatening words on the battlefield, not that he really felt resentful about having been betrayed. Incidentally, unlike Kasim, Fester, and Zeno, who have lost their qualifications as adventurers, Kanako, Doug, and Melissa have not lost their status as Adventurers Guild members, though it would be troublesome if their cards were to be examined in detail by the guild, as they were made back when Kanako was still an elf. They are still on record as D-class adventurers. Kanako's transformation equipment produces a miniskirt with frills and ribbons when activated.
Name Kanako Tsuchiya. Race Chaos Elf. Age 2 years old, approximately 15 years old in appearance. Title Reincarnated Individual Magical Girl, Evangelist. Job Magical Dancer. Level 0. Job History Apprentice Thief, Mage, Archer, Thief, Earth Attribute Mage, Firework Technician, Magical Girl, Magical Idol. Passive Skills Dark Vision. Mental Corruption, Level 2. Intuition, Level 6. Death Attribute Resistance, Level 5. Strengthened Agility, Level 3, Level Up. Detect Presence, Level 5. Increased attack power when equipped with a bow, Small. Rapid Regeneration, Level 2, Level Up. Superhuman Strength, Level 1. Magic Resistance, Level 2, Level Up. Allure, Level 3, Level Up. Self-Strengthening, Ancestor, Level 4, Level Up. Self-Strengthening, Guidance, Level 4, Level Up. Self-Strengthening, Transformation, Level 3, New. Active Skills. Earth Attribute Magic, Level 8. Water Attribute Magic, Level 8, Level Up. Life Attribute Magic, Level 7, Level Up. Mana Control, Level 7. Singing, Level 7. Dancing, Level 7. Dagger Technique, Level 4. Unarmed Fighting Technique, Level 3. Archery, Level 5. Silent Steps, Level 5. Lockpicking, Level 3. Trap, Level 3. Throwing, Level 3. Compounding, Level 3. Artillery Technique, Level 1. Firework Manufacturing, Level 3. Surpass Limits, Level 1, New. Familiar Spirit Demonfall, Level 1, New. Unique Skills. Venus, Level 10. Chaos. Deanna's divine protection. Vandal use divine protection.
Dugda Atlas Dark Human, 2 years old, 17 years old in appearance. A reincarnated individual who has transformed from a human to a dark human. He took the lives of his former companions during the battle against Dhampir, but he doesn't think much of it, believing that this is only the natural result of whose side he chose to join. He thinks it is because he had a distant relationship with everyone but Melissa during their previous lives, and also because of their personalities. Incidentally, Vandalyu offered him the right arm that he used to deal the finishing blow to Murakami and the others, but he is planning to take only the Demon King fragment parts and turn them into a weapon. He is the least well-known among the reincarnated individuals in the city of Morksey due to the fact that he does not transform. He is treated like an extra person in Kanako and Melissa's group. But of course, he doesn't care about this either. What he does care about is that Kanako is trying to put Melissa onto the path of an idol, and the possibility that the idol activities will begin in human society as well. He also has a lukewarm opinion on Simon, who transformed despite being a man. He feels pity for Simon, thinking it likely that he will probably be trained to sing and dance in the near future. In truth, even Kanako would not think of making Simon an idol. She intends to turn him into a male singer or part of a male singing unit.
Name Doug Atlas. Race dark human transformed from human. Age 2 years old, 17 years old in appearance. Title reincarnated individual. Job demon telekinesis user. Level 0. Job history warrior, mage, berserker, magic warrior, firework technician, telekinesis user. Passive skills. Death attribute resistance level 5. Detect presence level 3 level up. Intuition, level 4 level up. Strengthened muscular strength, level 5 level up. Self-strengthening guidance, level 2 level up. Night vision. Telekinesis enhancement, level 6 level up. Status effect resistance, level 1 new. Rapid regeneration, level 1's new. Active skills. Unarmed fighting technique, level 9 level up. Dagger technique, level 8 level up. Throwing, level 6 level up. Light attribute magic, level 2 level up. Wind attribute magic, level 6 level up. Mana control, level 7 level up. Mount level 5. Coachman level 2. Archery level 7. Parallel thought processing, level 6 level up. Trap level 2. Swordsmanship level 3. Armor technique level 1. Magic combat technique level 1. Surpass limits level 6 level up. Dismantling level 1. Compounding level 3. Firework manufacturing level 4. Artillery technique level 1. Familiar spirit demonfall level 1 new. Unique skills. Omnidirectional perception. Force vision. Telekinesis level 10. Vandal use divine protection.
Melissa J. Sayatome, Chaos Elf, 2 years old, 15 years old in appearance, female. As Melissa is capable of turning her skin white with chaos, she split up from Kanako and Doug temporarily and infiltrated the criminal organization with Eleonora and the others. She was one of the organization leader's guards, but there was something different about her. She doesn't wield weapons and doesn't seem to be one of his lovers, so the organization's members thought that she was the leader's illegitimate child or something of the sort. She takes pride in the high defensive capabilities she possesses in the Aegis barrier, but since it is easily broken by enemies wielding Demon King equipment, the current task that she is focused on is coming up with anti-Demon King equipment measures. As the enemy was strong in the battle against Dhampir, she was left with no choice but to use the transformation equipment that Vandalyu had given her. And as a result, she became one of the members leading the parade in the city and had to transform in front of the crowd. In a way, she is the biggest victim of the incident. But she is unable to part with the transformation equipment, as she cannot deny the equipment's usefulness as a magic item, and the usefulness of jobs such as Magical Girl and Magical Idol. She has changed jobs to Magical Girl following the battle against Dhampir. Incidentally, her outfit when transformed is a simple design with few decorations. At first glance, she appears to be a combat-type magical girl.
Name Melissa J. Sayatome. Race Chaos Elf. Age 2 years old, 15 years old in appearance. Title Reincarnated Individual. Job Magical Girl. Level 0. Job History Apprentice Mage, Mage, Guardian Warrior, Space Attribute Mage, Barrier User. Passive Skills Dark Vision, Rapid Regeneration, Level 1. Death Attribute Resistance, Level 5. Superhuman Strength, Level 1. Magic Resistance, Level 3, Level Up. Allure, Level 2, Level Up. Self-Strengthening, Ancestor, Level 2, Level Up. Self-Strengthening, Guidance, Level 2, Level Up. Intuition, Level 2. Increased magic attack power when equipped with a wand, Medium, Level Up. Mana Cost Reduction, Level 4, Level Up. Increased Mana Recovery Rate, Level 1's new. Active Skills Space Attribute Magic, Level 9, Level Up. Fire Attribute Magic, Level 4. No Attribute Magic, Level 2, Level Up. Mana Control, Level 7, Level Up. Alchemy, Level 2. Dagger Technique, Level 2. Unarmed Fighting Technique, Level 5. Archery, Level 5s. Mount, Level 3. Staff Technique, Level 4, Level Up. Housework, Level 2. Cooking, Level 3. Surpass Limits, Level 4. Shield Technique, Level 5. Surpass Limits, Barrier, Level 7, Level Up. Artillery Technique, Level 1. Familiar Spirit Demonfall, Level 1, New. Unique Skills Aegis, Level 10. Chaos. Vandal Use Divine Protection, New.
Miles Rouge, Abyssal Vampire Duke, several hundred years old male. Miles joined the infiltration of the criminal organization as the Starving Wolf Michael. At first, he didn't wear his lipstick and spoke in a more manly tone than he usually does, but returned to his ordinary self after the defeat of Burkine and his subordinates. The thugs working for him in the entertainment district and slum quarters were quite bewildered, but nothing changed about him other than his tone of speech and the fact that his lips had become more brightly colored, so they seemed to understand that this is who he is. Unlike Eleonora, Belmond, and Isla, Miles was active in the Orbom Kingdom as one of Gubeman's subordinates, so his name is somewhat well known here. That is why he is using a false name and disguises himself as not being a vampire by deliberately walking around outside during the day. If someone were to stop him and ask him if he is the kisser Miles, he would tell them that he is Michael and they have the wrong person. He defeated Burkine's confidant Mortar in one-on-one combat during the battle against Burkine, and did the same to the heroic spirit Kaiselbein in the battle against Dhampir. The latter was a matter of perseverance as the enemy was under a time limit, but a victory is a victory. Miles is already more powerful than the average A-class adventurer. His strength is comparable to that of S-class adventurers of the past. His rank increased, changing his race title to Abyssal Vampire Duke, and changed jobs to a job named Dark Beast Fighter. As the criminal organization no longer exists in the city, he gathered his lackeys to establish a security company that operates mainly in the entertainment district and slum quarters, where Miles has always been somewhat trusted. This is a positive contribution to the city, as the entertainment district and slum quarters are now safer. Incidentally, the idea of creating a security company was suggested by Melissa. Most of the remainders of the criminal organization who surrendered to Vandalue are now engaged in office work such as accounting, and most of those who have been educated by Isla have been re-employed as office workers for the security company. With Miles's participation in the parade that took place 2 days after the battle against Dhampir, Starving Wolf Security is finally beginning its journey as a respectable company.
Name Miles Rouge. Age several hundred years old. Title Kisser Starving Wolf. Rank 12s. Race Abyssal Vampire Duke. Level 95. Job Dark Beast Fighter. Job Level 0. Job history: apprentice thief, thief, mage, fire attribute mage, unarmed fighter, magic fighter, clawed-fanged warrior, assassin, dark fighter, dark knight fighter, beast fighter. Passive skills: dark vision, monstrous strength, level 3 level up. Rapid regeneration, level 10 level up. Status effect resistance, level 7 level up. Mental corruption, level 1. Super strengthened physical ability, claws, fangs. Level 1 transformed from strengthened physical ability, claws, fangs. Augmented attack power while unarmed. Medium transformed from strengthened attack power while unarmed. Detect presence, level 5 level up. Mana enlargement, level 3 level up. Self-strengthening, guidance, level 5 level up. Death attribute resistance, level 1 new. Active skills: bloodwork, level 4 level up. High-speed flight, level 9. Transcend limits, level 5 level up. Trap, level 4. Silent steps, level 6. Dagger technique, level 4. Dark beast claw fighting technique, level 1, awaken from unarmed fighting technique. No attribute magic, level 1. Fire attribute magic, level 6. Mana control, level 3. Magic fighting technique, level 5 level up. Chant revocation, level 2. Assassination technique, level 5 level up. Armor technique, level 3 level up. Beast transformation, level 3 level up. Familiar spirit demonfall, level 2 new. Unique skills. Warning: Vandal use divine protection. Death Mage V10 Character Summary Part 1 V10 Character Summary Part 1.
Zadiris Zadiris, Ghoul Moon Wizard Princess, 300 years old, female. After Burkhan's defeat, Zadiris entered the city of Morxi, with the backstory of being one of Vandal Yu's tamed familiars. The objective of this was to have more fighting forces in position within the city, and also to use this as an opportunity to have Zadiris interact with the city's people, and teach them that ghouls are just another race of intelligent beings. As Hajam Fitun's plan involved getting the entire city caught up in the battle, this plan was greatly successful. Zadiris has gained fans among the citizens and even among upper-class people, such as knights. It seems that the hearts of the knights, adventurers and mercenaries, were moved by Zadiris and Bastia's beauty, and their kind actions during the battle at the front gate. They assisted and encouraged those around them, despite there being no need, as they were clearly more powerful. This is because they joined the battle at the front gate with the intention of supervising the others as they level. Her Magic Staff Master title is another reflection of her popularity. Ordinarily, she would likely have become the Magic Staff Princess, but it seems that there were people who were considerate, thinking that it might cause trouble for her if they called her princess, when she was someone else's familiar. Thus, her title became Master, rather than Princess. However, she has unfortunately also acquired the Transformation Demon Princess. It seems that there is a considerable number of people who think that calling her Princess is fine as long as she's a demon princess who transforms. In her despair, Zadiris now believes that the best thing for her would be for magical girls to spread throughout all human societies, and the world to become one where all women are magical girls in 100 years' time. Incidentally, the fact that ghouls are one of the races created by Vita is being secretly leaked as a rumor.
Bastia, Ghoul Amazonas Midnight Queen, 35 years old, 27 years old in appearance, female. Like her mother Zadiris, Bastia entered the city as one of Vandal Yu's familiars. Vandal Yu registered the two of them at the Tamers Guild, telling Bakum that Bastia is a ghoul warrior and Zadiris is a ghoul mage. They subsequently received familiars' collars, causing Teria to become jealous.
Since she was mainly raising the morale among the knights and city guards as she fought in the battle at the front gate, she has many fans among the knights and soldiers. Her equipment is in the form of an axe, and when she transforms, her outfit becomes a mix between a leotard and a bodysuit with decorations attached to it. When she transforms while wearing armor, her appearance becomes more like a female character from an old transforming hero television show rather than a magical girl. This is why Kanako is thinking of having her form a separate unit with Isla, Belmond, and Melissa when she makes her debut.
Teria Tareya, Ghoul Elder Artisan, 274 years old, 18 years old physically and in appearance, female. Teria came to the city via Gufudgarn's teleportation, in order to help create the special artificial limbs that Vandalyu intended to give Simon and Natania. But as she is in the peculiar position of being a capable craftsman with no rights as a person in human society, she is working in the basement of Vandalyu's house, unable to go outside. Teria is one of the people that Juliana speaks to. She is frantic to correct Juliana's misunderstood belief that all of Vandalyu's disciples must become magical girls, but it seems that she has not managed to do so. She is jealous of Bastia and Zadiris, who have received collars as Vandalyu's familiars, but she feels better by telling herself, "I'm Van Sama's caged bird." As Teria's transformation equipment is used for reducing the physical burden on her body associated with her daily work, it takes the form of a bodysuit with no decorations on it whatsoever. As she has the task of crafting equipment every day, she intends to make her stage debut after her workload decreases a little. However, it seems that she is interested in the core training that Kanako is teaching as a part of her dance lessons, as it can apparently prevent lower back pain.
Fangfeng Garm, years old male. A stray dog in the slum quarters that lost territorial conflicts with other dogs and was suffering from starvation when he happened to be found by Vandalyu in the backyard of the house he purchased. Fang was a medium-sized dog with gray fur. He had a ferocious personality and disliked humans. But he is loyal and obedient to Vandalyu, Darsha, Rita, and Saria because they are not humans and are clearly more powerful, superior beings to himself. But under the guidance of the Rat Sisters, he has come to entertain the children of the orphanage as well, although he has become a monster and his behavior appears aggressive, so he simply looks terrifying to people who don't know anything about him. Thanks to Vandalyu, he has gone from being a stray dog to a demon dog, a black dog, a hellhound, a huge hellhound, and finally a Garm after defeating multiple monsters of the same rank as himself during the battle at the front gate. Garms are a newly discovered race of monsters in this world. They are larger than cows and have blood-crimson eyes. But Fang does not even compare to Vandalyu in strength, and there are various senior members who are all more powerful than him, so he serves as a guard dog for the food cart without showing any arrogance.
Names Fang. Rank 6. Race Garm. Level 0. Passive skills. Dark Vision. Superhuman Strength, Level 5 level up. Detect Presence, Level 4 level up. Intuition, Level 2. Self-Strengthening, Guidance, Level 5 level up. Strengthened Body Part, Fangs, Claws, Level 5 level up. Mental Resistance, Level 3 level up. Fire Attribute Resistance, Level 5 level up. Strengthened Attribute Values, Guard Dog, Level 1 new. Active Skills. Silent Steps, Level 3. Aura of Darkness, Level 5 level up. Scream, Level 3. Charge, Level 4 level up. Coordination, Level 5 level up. Flame Breath, Level 6 level up. Surpass Limits, Level 3 level up. Dance, Level 2 level up. Familiar Spirit Demonfall, Level 1 new. Unique Skills. Vandalyu's Divine Protection. Meru/Yurumi/Saruga, Hellfire Rat, Death Snow Rat, Dark Copper Rat, 1-year-old female. These 3 rat sisters were born from Vandalyu and Luciliano's mating experiments between living creatures and undead creatures imbued with life gold. They became monsters after drinking blood potion. They have cheerful, sociable, friendly personalities, or so it appears. They do indeed have friendly personalities, but they are rats who have been well-trained and take pride in their profession. Kanako, the one responsible for their training, declared, "Rats have the qualities to become globally famous characters." She taught the 3 rats to dance, sing, perform, and most importantly, she taught them how to be mascot characters. Having gone through this training, the 3 rats visited Morksey. While acting as mascot characters for the food cart, they provided guidance for their junior Fang. They transformed into new monster races, Flame Rat, Wet Rat, and Iron Rat, and then increased their rank even further during the battle at the front gate. Maru is now a Hellfire Rat with a fur coat of blackish flames. Yurumi is a Death Snow Rat that radiates a life-absorbing aura of cold air. Suruga is a Dark Copper Rat with fur made of dark copper that she can harden or turn into a liquid form at will. The 3 of them are all rank 6 and possess a level of strength that is unprecedented for rat-type monsters. Name Maru. Rank 6. Race Hellfire Rat. Level 0. Passive skills. Night Vision. Status Effect Resistance, Level 3 level up. Strengthened Body Part, Front Fangs, Fur, Tail, Level 5 level up. Strengthened Agility, Level 5 level up. Rapid Healing, Level 4 level up. Enhanced Attribute Values, Creator, Level 5 level up. Self-Strengthening, Guidance, Level 4 level up. Murder Healing, Level 3 level up. Heat Nullification. Death Attribute Resistance, Level 1 new. Active Skills. Surpass Limits, Level 5 level up. Whip Technique, Level 4 level up. Armor Technique, Level 4 level up. Charge, Level 5 level up. Coordination, Level 4 level up. Mana Control, Level 4 level up. Projectile Fire, Level 5 level up. Singing, Level 2 level up. Dancing, Level 2 level up. Familiar Spirit Demonfall, Level 2 level up. Unique Skills. Vandal use Divine Protection. Fur of Blazing Flames, Level 6 level up. Name Yurumi. Rank 6. Race Death Snow Rat. Level 0. Passive Skills. Night Vision. Status Effect Resistance, Level 3 level up. Strengthened Body Part, Front Fangs, Fur, Tail, Level 5 level up. Strengthened Agility, Level 4 level up. Rapid Healing, Level 4 level up. Strengthened Attribute Values, Creator, Level 4 level up. Self-Strengthening, Guidance, Level 4 level up. Murder Healing, Level 3 level up. Cold Nullification. Death Attribute Resistance, Level 1 new. Active Skills. Surpass Limits, Level 5 level up. Whip Technique, Level 4 level up. Armor Technique, Level 4 level up. Charge, Level 5 level up. Coordination, Level 4 level up. Mana Control, Level 5 level up. Projectile Fire, Level 5 level up. Singing, Level 2 level up. Dancing, Level 2 level up. Familiar Spirit Demonfall, Level 2 level up. Unique Skills. Vandal use Divine Protection. Fur of Frozen Water, Level 6 level up. Name Suruga. Rank 6. Race Dark Copper Rat. Level 0. Passive Skills. Night Vision. Status Effect Resistance, Level 4 level up. Strengthened Body Part, Front Fangs, Fur, Tail, Level 6 level up. Strengthened Agility, Level 3 level up. Rapid Healing, Level 6 level up. Strengthened Attribute Values, Creator, Level 4 level up. Self-Strengthening, Guidance, Level 4 level up. Superhuman Strength, Level 3 level up. Body Expansion Tail, Level 2 level up. Death Attribute Resistance, Level 1 new. Active Skills. Surpass Limits, Level 6 level up. Whip Technique, Level 4 level up. Armor Technique, Level 6 level up. Coordination, Level 6 level up. Projectile fire, level 3, level up. Singing, level 2, level up. Dancing, level 2, level up. Familiar spirit demonfall, level 2, level up. Body fur manipulation, level 1's new. Unique skills. Vandal use divine protection. Fur of dark copper, level 6 transformed from fur of armor.